Good evening. Welcome to the 7 o'clock English news from the Sultanate Oman Television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq and His Highness the Emir of the State of Qatar hold an official session of talks at Al Alam Palace. His Majesty the Sultan is at the forefront of those receiving His Highness the Emir of the State of Qatar upon his arrival at the Sultanate of Oman on a 2-day state visit. A popular and official reception ceremony is held for His Highness the Emir of the State of Qatar, celebrating his arrival as a dear guest to the Sultanate of Oman. And the State and Shura Councils discussed in the joint session the articles subject to disagreement in the draft clause. Those are the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq and His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Emir of the State of Qatar, held an official session of talks this evening at Al Alam Palace. At the beginning of the session, His Majesty the Sultan renewed his welcome to His Highness the Emir as a guest of the Sultanate of Oman, wishing him and his accompanying delegation a pleasant stay. From his part, His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Emir of the State of Qatar, expressed his sincere thanks and great appreciation to His Majesty the Sultan for the warm welcome, generous hospitality and good reception. During the session, the relations of the cooperation, understanding and brotherhood with the two brotherly countries were reviewed, as well as the existing areas of partnership and investment and the available opportunities to develop and enhance them to open broader horizons in various sectors that contribute to raising the efficiency of the economies of the two countries in order to achieve the aspirations of the two brotherly peoples, in addition to discussing options, opinions on the current situations in the world, their future repercussions on the region, and paths of peace and stability. The official talks session was attended from the Omani side by His Highness Sayyid Fahad bin Mahmoud Al Said, Deputy Prime Minister for the Council of Ministers, His Highness Sayyid Asad bin Tariq Al Said, Deputy Prime Minister for International Relations and Cooperation Affairs and Special Representative of His Majesty the Sultan, His Highness Sayyid Shihab bin Tariq Al Said, Deputy Prime Minister for Defence Affairs, His Highness Sayyid Yazin bin Haitham Al Said, Minister of Culture, Sports and Youth, His Excellency Sayyid Khalid bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Minister of Diwan of the Royal Court, His Excellency General Sultan bin Mohammed Al Amani, Minister of the Royal Office, His Excellency Sayyid Hamoud bin Faisal Al Busaidi, Minister of Interior, His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Hamad Al Busaidi, Foreign Minister, His Excellency Sultan bin Salim Al Habsi, Minister of Finance, His Excellency Dr. Hamad bin Saeed Al Aufi, Head of the Private Office, His Excellency Abdul Salam bin Mohammed Al Murshidi, Chairman of the Oman Investment Authority, and His Excellency Sayyid Ammar bin Abdullah Al Busaidi, Ambassador of the Sultanate of Oman to the State of Qatar. From the Qatari side, it was attended by His Excellency Sheikh Saud bin Abdurrahman Al Thani, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of State for Defence Affairs, His Excellency Sheikh Joan bin Hamad Al Thani, President of the Qatar Olympic Committee, His Excellency Abdullah bin Mohammed Al Khalifi, Chief of the Emir Diwan, His Excellency Ali bin Ahmed Al Kawari, Minister of Finance and Chairman of the Omani Qatari Joint Committee, His Excellency Sheikh Abdurrahman bin Hamad Al Thani, Minister of Culture, His Excellency Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, Minister of Sports and Youth, His Excellency Sheikh Faisal bin Thani Al Thani, Minister of Commerce and Industry, His Excellency Dr. Mohammed bin Abdulaziz Al Khalifi, Minister of State at the Foreign Ministry, His Excellency Saad bin Nasser Al Ka'bi, Director of the Studies and Research Department at the Emiri Diwan, His Excellency Mohammed bin Saeed Al Swedi, CEO of Qatar Investment Authority, His Excellency Sheikh Mubarak bin Fahd Al Thani, Ambassador of the State of Qatar to the Sultanate of Oman, and His Excellency Abdullah bin Saif Al Mansouri, Director of GCC Affairs Department at the Foreign Ministry. His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, the Emir of the State of Qatar, who arrived in the country today on a two-day state visit, was accorded a popular and official reception ceremony to celebrate His Highness's arrival as an honored guest to the Sultanate of Oman. As the motorcade carrying His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq and his guest, His Highness the Emir of the State of Qatar, passed through the Muscat Gate, a group of the Royal Camel Corps lined up on both sides of the road to welcome His Highness the guest. After that, a group of Royal Cavalry and the Royal Guard of Oman Cavalry surrounded the official motorcade accompanied by the military music until it reached the National Museum building. Upon the arrival of the official procession to the welcome hall, the outer square of the entrance or to Al Alam Palace, a popular reception was held in which a group of citizens, the Joint Folk Arts Group and the Al Ayala Music Group participated, chanting welcoming phrases for the arrival of His Highness the guest, and the artillery fired 21 rounds in salute to His Highness the Emir. When the procession carrying the two leaders arrived at the inner courtyard of Al Alam Palace, the trumpets were blown. Then His Majesty the Sultan accompanied His Highness the guest to the podium of honor where the national anthem of the State of Qatar was played. After that, His Majesty the Sultan shook hands with the official delegation accompanying His Highness the Emir, welcoming him and is wishing him a pleasant stay and a successful visit. His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani shook hands with the Omani side that included the Highness's members of the royal families, the Excellencies, the Chairman of the Shura and State Councils, the Excellencies, the Ministers and Advisors, and the Commanders of the Sultan's Armed Forces. His Highness the Emir of Qatar was accompanied during the visit by an official delegation comprising His Excellency Sheikh Saud bin Abdurrahman Al Thani, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of State for Defense Affairs, His Excellency Sheikh Yuan bin Hamad Al Thani, President of the Qatar Olympic Committee, His Excellency Abdullah bin Mohammed Al Khulaifi, Chief of the Emir of Diwan, His Excellency Ali bin Ahmed Al Kawari, Minister of the Finance and Chairman of the Omani Qatari Joint Committee, His Excellency Sheikh Abdurrahman bin Hamad Al Thani, Minister of Culture, His Excellency Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, Minister of Sports and Youth, His Excellency Sheikh Faisal bin Thani Al Thani, Minister of Commerce and Industry, His Excellency Dr. Mohammed bin Abdulaziz Al Khulaifi, Minister of State at the Foreign Ministry, His Excellency Saad bin Nasser Al Kaabi, Director of the Studies and Research Department at the Emir Diwan, His Excellency Mohammed bin Saif Al Suwaidi, CEO of Qatar Investment Authority, His Excellency Sheikh Mubarak bin Fahd Al Thani, Ambassador of the State of Qatar to the Sultan of Oman, and His Excellency Abdullah bin Saif Al Mansouri, Director General of the GCC Affairs Department at the Foreign Ministry. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq was at the forefront of those receiving His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Emir of the State of Qatar, at the Plains Steps, wishing him and his accompanying delegations pleasant stay. Along with His Majesty the Sultan, he was received by His Highness Sayyid Shihab bin Tariq Al Saeed, Deputy Prime Minister for Defense Affairs, His Excellency Sayyid Khalid bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Minister of the Honorable Court, His Excellency General Sultan bin Mohammed Al Amani, Minister of the Royal Office, His Excellency Sayyid Hamoud bin Faisal Al Busaidi, Minister of Interior, His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Hamad Al Busaidi, Minister of Foreign Minister, Head of the Mission of Honor, His Excellency Sayyid Ammar bin Abdullah Al Busaidi, Ambassador of the Sultan of Oman to the State of Qatar, His Excellency Sheikh Mubarak bin Fahd Al Thani, Ambassador of the State of Qatar to the Sultan of Oman, members of the Mission of Honor accompanying His Highness the Emir, and members of the Embassy of the State of Qatar in Muscat. The aircraft carrying His Highness the Emir was accompanied upon entering the airspace of the Sultan of Oman by a squadron of military aircraft of the Royal Air Force of Oman until it arrived at the Royal Airport to welcome His Highness the guest. After that, His Majesty the Sultan and His Highness the Emir proceeded to the hall, passing between two rows of guards of honor from the Royal Guard of Oman. After a short break, the motorcade carrying His Majesty the Sultan and His Highness the Emir left the Royal Airport heading to Al Alam Palace. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq sent a cape of greetings to His Excellency Xi Jinping, President of the People's Republic of China, on the occasion of the Lunar New Year. His Highness Said Asad bin Tariq Al Said, Deputy Prime Minister for International Relations and Cooperation Affairs and personal representative of His Majesty the Sultan, received in his office today His Excellency Piyush Goyal, Minister of Commerce and Industry of the Republic of India. The meeting reviewed the ways to enhance the strategic economic partnership between the Sultanate of Oman and the Republic of India, and discussed areas of cooperation in a number of areas of common interest between the two sides. The meeting was attended by His Excellency Qais bin Mohammed Al Yusuf, Minister of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion, His Excellency Sheikh Khalifa bin Hamad Al Badi, Secretary General of His Highness's Office, His Excellency Saif bin Ahmed Al Sawafi, Advisor to His Highness's Office, His Excellency Ambassador Isa bin Salih Al Shibani, Ambassador of the Sultanate of Oman to the Republic of India, and His Excellency Pankaj Kimji, Advisor for Foreign Trade and International Cooperation at the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion. From the Indian side, it was attended by His Excellency Harsha Vardhan Agrawal, Chairman of the Federation of India, Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and His Excellency Amit Naranj, Ambassador of the Republic of India to the Sultanate of Oman. His Excellency General Sultan bin Mohammed Al Amani, Minister of the Royal Office, received His Excellency Ibrahim bin Saad Al Bishan, Ambassador of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to the Sultanate of Oman. At the beginning of the meeting, His Excellency the General welcomed His Excellency the Ambassador and wished him success in his duties. His Excellency the General also touched on the strong fraternal relations between the Sultanate of Oman and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. From his part, His Excellency the Saudi Ambassador expressed his aspiration to work on strengthening the existing bilateral relations and joint cooperation in all fields to serve the interests of the two brotherly countries. The State Council and the Shura Council held a joint session during which they discussed the reports of the joint committees regarding the articles subject to disagreement in the draft laws on electronic transactions, public health, regulating the transfer and transplantation of human organs and tissues, financial law, individual income tax, and special economic zones and free zones, referred by the Council of Ministers and then voted on them. The joint session comes based on the provisions of Article 49 of the Council of Oman law. To enhance economic investment cooperations, the joint Omani-Indian Committee held its 11th session in Muscat, and we have a report on that.
Enhancement of economic and investment cooperation to serve mutual interests and achieve common trade goals was the key focus of the Joint Omani-Indian Committee during its 11th session in Muscat. The meeting also explored creating a suitable environment for businessmen from both sides to establish partnerships and investment opportunities, contributing to the increase of trade exchange between the two friendly countries.
Oman and India are natural partners. We only have the ocean separating us with less than 600 nautical miles between us. Very clearly, both countries believe that we can expand our trade and business relations. Our strategic partnership is very vital for shared prosperity of the region, for peace and stability in this region. And we also believe that expanding opportunities for our businesses will help bring the two nations closer together. We are working to find ways to grow this partnership. We are actively engaged in negotiations which are at an absolutely final stage to have a comprehensive economic partnership agreement between Oman and India.
We've been having extensive discussions all morning and yesterday. We are now going into our JC discussions, the Joint Commission discussions with our Indian counterpart, His Excellency Piyush Goyal. It's his first visit to Oman. It's significant from an aspect that it is also reinforcing our belief and conviction that we want some sort of a CEPA commitment coming through sooner than later. We believe we are as close as it can get in putting together a CEPA agreement between the two countries who've been friends for thousands of years and economic partners also for that many thousand years.
The Joint Omani-Indian Committee also discussed ways to expand cooperation in renewable energy, technology, healthcare and tourism, emphasizing upon the importance of strategic partnerships between the two countries in various fields.
This business forum comes in alliance with Oman-Indian Joint Committee meeting today. We aim to introduce the incentives and the opportunities Oman offers for investors, and we hope this forum will have an outcome of more investments inside Oman and for Omani investors to know what is going on in the world.
It's indeed an honor to be present for this very important Oman-India Business Forum. I feel there is great opportunity, and let me start mainly from the culture. We have common culture, we have a lot of coexistence between both the countries. There are a lot of Indians who are based in Oman and who have blended very well. So I think this is a very right step to take to the next step where there is an economic cooperation and also diplomatic cooperation.
On the sidelines of the meeting, the Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry organised the Omani-Indian Business Forum, which emphasised building sustainable cooperation bridges based on effective partnerships and innovation in sectors such as chemicals, energy, engineering, manufacturing, construction, information technology, communications, health, agriculture, food security, infrastructure, tourism and culture.
We are very optimistic and look at the India-Oman relations growing from strength to strength with great optimism and building on the very historic relations between the two countries.
The economic relations between the Sultanate of Oman and the Republic of India have seen rapid growth in recent years, with trade exchange between the two nations nearing 2 billion Omani riyals by the end of October 2024. Indian company investments in the Sultanate of Oman exceeded 286 million Omani riyals by the end of the third quarter of last year. The 11th session of the Joint Omani-Indian Committee comes to push business relationships forward and enhance collaboration in futuristic opportunities. For Oman TV, Ahmed bin Hilal al-Busaidi, Muscat.
Still to come, our news bulletin. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning concludes developing building requirements and conditions guideline. The military cooperation between the Sultan of Oman and the State of Qatar was discussed by Vice Admiral Abdullah bin Khamis al-Raisi, Chief of Staff of the Sultan's Armed Forces, during his meeting with Major General Hamad bin Ahmed al-Naimi, advisor to the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of State for Defense Affairs for Education and Training in the State of Qatar, along with the accompanying military delegation visiting the Sultanate. The meeting included an exchange of views on a number of military topics of mutual interest. A ceremony was held today to mark the graduation of the first batch of the Startups Accelerator Program. The graduation ceremony was held under the patronage of His Excellency Abdul Salam bin Mohammed Al Murshidi, Chairman of the Oman Investment Authority. More in the following report.
More than 46 Omani startups and innovative business ideas successfully completed the Startups Accelerated Program, a joint initiative by the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Authority and Madain, represented by its enabling arm, the Industrial Innovation Academy.
It was a very pleasant surprise to see the numbers of the really candidates who've not only passed it through phase one of the hackathon, but also they've reached the point of finding investors who believe in them, already have their products in the market, they have the trusted and customers and the confidence of the suppliers to believe in them, but also they found international investors. It was really happy to see that some of our young talents today, both girls and boys, have managed to get the trust and confidence of some international investors to put their seed investment with them and beyond.
Over the course of 4 months, the participants underwent more than 290 hours of training. The program also facilitated participation in international exhibitions and forums, offering startups global exposure. Additionally, it provided direct engagement opportunities with government decision makers and investors, both locally and internationally.
We are the first Omani platform. We are work in rent and lease. We are linked between lessor and customer. We have 11 categories in our platform, as you can see. All products in our category, it's not owned by our company. They're product of people who offer their product in our platform.
The app is called Pinch. The idea is a tourism app because tourism is one of the lowest hanging fruits, and Oman needs an extra boost of the GDP that's going on, and tourism is the new oil. Now the idea is a lot of travelers travel with intention. They want to go with purpose into places. A lot of people want to immerse themselves into cultures, but how do they do that with less mystery, ease, and less money? We are able to connect the traveler to any local within any touristic area to be able to become a local anywhere, and that's the idea. So you know your village, you are able to digitize a route in the app, put the specific information, could be architectural, could be geological, could be historical, and then just put it up there and people can come and you're at home and it's scalable money and you're chilling with passive income. That's the idea.
The opportunities that we have gained, the one that I would like mostly to highlight is going to Dubai to present our idea in the Dubai World Trade Center in JITEX to see the investors and to have the international point of view all on our application, and also meeting other consulting firms and investors inside this accelerator and other things too.
By fostering innovation-driven startups across key sectors, including tourism, real estate, healthcare, and food security, the Accelerator program contributes to Oman's Vision 2040. With innovative solutions, these ambitious entrepreneurs will channel their expertise to promote economic sustainability in the country. Reporting from Muscat, this is Saleh Bukhalfan Al-Rahbi.
The Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning concluded developing building requirements and conditions guideline in cooperation with the International Code Council. The guideline contains several conditions, most importantly building quality and safety related terms in minimizing environmental implications that resulted in construction stages. The guideline will keep up with the urban development in Oman, which goes well with the international construction sector. The ministry have set up a comprehensive plan to train and raise competences for engineers both in public and private sectors. The ministry also is working on campaigns that aim to spread awareness on the content of the guideline. You're watching the Sultan of Oman television. Before tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq and His Highness the Emir of the State of Qatar hold an official session of talks at Al Alam Palace. His Majesty Sultan is at the forefront of those receiving His Highness the Emir of the State of Qatar upon his arrival at the Sultan of Oman on a 2-day state visit. A popular official reception ceremony is held for His Highness the Emir of the State of Qatar, celebrating his arrival as a dear guest to the Sultan of Oman. And the State Insurance Council is discussing in a joint session the article subject to disagreement in the draft laws. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all the crew here and myself, Suhail Al-Kindi, thanks for your time. Good night.